Israel has suggested Labour are rewarding terrorists with Palestine manifesto vow. We're going to read into this exclusive from iNews, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an exclusive from iNews with the headline of Israel suggests Labour are rewarding terrorists with Palestine manifesto vow. Keir Starmer's election pledges will include supporting reconciliation of a Palestinian state while peace negotiations are ongoing, which goes further than the current UK government's stance. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share it across social media so others are notified of this video. I should add an important caveat before I go any further as well, because this is very, very important. This was recorded on the 7th of June, so it's entirely possible by the time this comes out the manifesto may have been launched, or it's entirely possible that Keir Starmer may have pulled this pledge out. This is entirely possible because obviously we have been waiting for the Labour manifesto, and there are rumours circulating that it may be coming out soon, so it's entirely possible that may be the case, but at the time of this recording it's still not out. That being said, it's very important that Labour, if they want to appease to certain sections of Britain, that they need they need to show their humanity, and they need to say that while they completely support Israel and the right to defend itself and condemn Hamas for its atrocities, and they should pay for the crimes they have, they must also recognise that what is happening with inside the Gaza Strip is abhorrent and terrible and needs to be stopped. And we cannot and must not allow Israel to continue its atrocities. And the Gaza Strip, Palestine, must be recognised as a state, and it must be allowed to be itself without under the jurisdiction and under the control of Israel. It needs to end. Because if we don't, this will carry on, guys. This will continue. Too many lives have lost. At the time of this recording, more than 37,000 Palestinians have lost their lives, according to Gaza health officials. Those health officials in there. More than 12,000 of them are women and children. They have countlessly every day. There are bodies. People are dying of starvation, famine, continuously. And Israel have made it extremely difficult for aid to come in. It is also an important caveat that at the time of this recording that there has been no ceasefire or deal brokered between Hamas and Israel as well. But we do know that America, along with some of its allies, Egypt and Qatar, who have been the mediators for Hamas, are trying to negotiate a deal within the interest of both Hamas and Israel. But Israel being quite stubborn on this as well. But this here is those within the Labour Party, those who are supporters of Israel. This is not an ideal picture for them. They don't want this. They don't want Palestine to be recognised in any way, shape, or form. But the problem is that this is it's a difficult situation that Labour are in, because they don't want to upset Israeli and Jewish communities, but at the same time, they know that they're upsetting lots of Palestinians, lots of Muslim communities, lots of people over what's happening there within the Gaza Strip. So it's trying to find a balance, and Labour's position, from my understanding on the outside, is probably like, look, we understand the situation, we understand what's happening, but you need to understand that what's happening is innocent Palestinians are dying, and we believe that it's time that Palestine gets recognised for the state that it is. Is it the right time for it to be recognised? I think is another question we need to ask ourselves. I know that Spain recently announced that it recognised the state, but is this the right time to be recognising it? Should it have been done earlier? I'll let you guys decide in the comment section down below. So Israel has reacted with anger to Labour's manifesto pledge to recognise a Palestinian state before the end of any peace negotiations, suggesting Sir Keir Starmer wants to reward terrorists. A leak of the manifesto revealed by ICE showed Labour would go further than the current UK government by supporting statehood for Palestinians as part of a peace process rather than it had concluded. The Labour leader insisted on Friday that this would happen while Hamas retained control of Gaza, as Israel being safe and secure would be a precondition on the move. But Israeli government spokesperson David Mencer told the Eye countries embarking on this path should ask themselves a simple question: does this action support peacemakers or does it reward terrorists? 8 months to this day since the horrors of October 7th, and the Palestinian authorities have yet to find time to condemn Hamas. All of us here in Israel are left with no condition that the PA thinks what Hamas did on that black day was a good idea. As I revealed on Thursday, the Labour manifesto, which is being finalised at a meeting in central London, will support Palestinian statehood as part of a Middle East peace process. The party still backs international efforts to pursue a two-state solution between Israel and the Palestinians. During a campaign visit in Brent Cross on Friday, Starmer did not deny that the manifesto pledge would involve reconciliation during peace negotiations. He was asked by reporters to categorically rule out Labour recognising Palestine while Hamas retains some control of Gaza, and to explain what would stage in a peace process the party would recognise a state. The Labour leader said, "Thank you for raising this because it's very important that I set out what our position is, which is to recognise Palestine as part of a process to a two-state solution, but part of that process." So that means it's got to be at the right time for the process because we need a visible Palestinian state alongside a safe and secure Israel, to your point. We don't have either of those at the moment, and therefore it's got to be at a point in the process where we can see both of these outcomes. It's important for me to say that recognising Palestine is not a gift of Israel or anything else, but is a right that has to be in the process so that both things happen, a visible Palestine state and a safe and secure Israel. Neither of those things are the position at the moment. In conclusion of the pledge in the manifesto is an apparent attempt to starve off Labour losing voters on the left after Starmer was criticised for being too slow to back an immediate ceasefire on Gaza, which triggered the resignation of Labour councillors. There were signs that Starmer's earlier stance had cost Labour some votes in the local and mayoral elections in May. Following the announcement by Ireland, Spain and Norway that they plan to recognise a state of Palestine, Labour said if elected into government it would begin discussions in earnest with like-minded countries. That's very appealing. That is very appealing. If this comes to pass, if it does end up being in the manifesto, I'm not 100% sure at the time of this recording, but if that is the case, this is a very good move by Keir Starmer and the Labour Party. Yes, it does upset rattling those who are in strong support of Israel within Labour, but they also recognise the situation. They recognise that there needs to be a two-state solution to this crisis, and yes, of course, it's going to be very tough for them to win back those trusted voters that they've lost. But I also think this may potentially take voters away that were initially going to go Green, because the Greens have been very clear from start to finish about where they stand on this, on what's happening in Gaza. This may bring some of those Green voters who went from Labour to Green because of Labour's original stance. They may turn back to Labour because of it. We don't know, but obviously when the manifestos come out, the polls may show that indication. But time will tell on this matter. But I think, given the situation, I think this is a very bold decision by Keir Starmer. And I have to say, if this is going to be true, I would say fair play to him, because it is a very difficult decision nonetheless. But not just never mind what I think, guys. What do you think? What do you think about this pledge? What do you think about Labour recognising Palestine as a state? The very possibility of it. Their position on this situation. What do you make of it all? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you found this video informative, please hit the like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Share it across social media so others are notified of this video, and subscribe, because it really does help support the channel. And if you want to go one step further, financially support me and the work that I do here, you can do so by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to catch you all very, very soon.